folks, how you doing, and welcome to my channel. So it's time to announce the next group healing, and I am actually really looking forward to this one. I always look forward to them, but I had in my mind what I wanted to bring forward for this one, and this morning it kind of changed, because originally it was going to be about the witch wound. Now I know I've done this healing before, I think a couple of years ago, but actually the truth is, healing is layers of an onion, so there's always going to be something else to look into. But I got a little download this morning. It was that actually it's okay to heal the witch wound, but the wound of persecution by another. But what about the wound of persecution via ourselves? So this group healing, we will be looking at and healing, or starting the healing process of healing the next layer of the onion of the witch wound, of which I'll explain that in a minute, and the wound of persecution, but also how we persecute ourselves. So we can persecute ourselves in a wide range of things: how we speak to ourselves, how we look after ourselves, how we nourish ourselves, how we nurture ourselves, how we respect ourselves, how we honour ourselves, how we conduct ourselves within the world, how we, in all manner of things, all manner of ways, the decisions that we make, who we form partnerships with, who we form friendships with, how we react to other people's stuff when it's thrown at us. This is all the different ways in which we can persecute ourselves. So are we choosing a job that uplifts us? And if it doesn't uplift us, why isn't it uplifting us? And if it's not uplifting us, why are we not responding in a different way to what we are doing? Are we actually dating the right people that uplift us and help us to not feel whole? Because it shouldn't be down to somebody else to feel whole. But if you're with someone that is knocking you down every 2 minutes, that's a persecution. It's you making a decision that's a persecution, but also they're also the persecution. Do you see how it works? So if we've got a friend that is disrespecting us and calling us names and being cruel to us, by allowing it, we are persecuting ourselves, but we're also being persecuted. So this is breaking cycles. This is breaking what we're going to put up with, but not from a point of, that's it, I'm done. That's good, there's a place for that, but there's also another reaction that's needed. And I feel that other reaction that's needed is the reaction to know who you are at soul level, to be able to see the light in you, to be able to see the power in you, to be able to see the authenticity in you. So when something comes in, be it a mock, be it somebody trying to bring you down, be it a criticism, you're going to just see it for what it is. And that this takes a lot of practice and time. It really does. And because we live in a world where we persecute ourselves, but we also are so insecure that we persecute another. Because the truth is, when somebody persecutes you, the sure sign is that they are hugely insecure. Because secure people do not go bringing others down. They don't go trolling, they don't go picking on people, they don't become the bullies. They just don't, because they know who they are and they can embody their energy and their light, and they're so focused on building a great life, they haven't got the time or the audacity to even attempt to bring another down. So this is a complex healing, but it's a healing that I think is needed, because it's really easy to go, yeah, we're going to heal the witch wound. Well, what is the witch wound? The witch wound can look different to anyone. The witch wound, I mean, that's interesting. I'm getting interesting download there. We think of the witch wound as you've been a witch in a past life and you've been persecuted, or you've been a woman in a past life and you've been put in an asylum. That can be the witch wound. But also the witch wound is when you've been persecuted by the witches in past lives, where you've been under the influence of a witch. Now, before we go any further, I actually don't like the word witch. I think just saying it witch just brings in a certain frequency. I prefer wise woman, or wise man, or wise person. or mystic or wizard or priestess or priest. I am not on the, I don't like that because I just think it's got such a battering and it's been so manipulated by its own community and by the powers that were during history that I think we deserve so much better than witch. I know I do anyway. And I know many people that follow me do. So, you know, it's interesting as I'm doing this video because we're living in a time where, take this to females, because this is also happening to males, but the emphasis at the minute is on females, where there's a real energy of bringing down wise women, of bringing down women that are thought of being, they don't necessarily have to be spiritual women for that. They can be women that are hugely powerful. They can be women that have lived a full life and they've got much experience under their belt, but society doesn't like it. I think healing the witch wound and healing the persecution wound is first and foremost about, before you even step into it, is about saying, I don't want to be the victim anymore. I don't want to be their victim. I don't want to be its victim. And I also don't want to be my own victim as well. So there's a real strength with this group healing. There's a real bolshiness. There's a real kindness with it as well. Not being afraid to be you. Not being afraid to have the lines, the grey hairs, the scars and the stories, because that's what makes you uniquely you. Not being afraid of the fact that you like a peaceful life, or the fact that you like a loud life, or the fact that you just allowing yourself to be you. Was it this, because it was this morning on Instagram and TikTok, where I did a video about how can I put it into words on here? Allowing yourself to be you. Healing. We often go to a healer or a therapist because I want to be healed. And many people think healed is when it's all finished, it's over and done with. Done, boom, gone. But actually life's not like that. And actually, what if we change to I need healing to I need help understanding it? See how that changes? When you say to someone, I'm going to go for healing, just feel into, I'm going to go for healing. Straight away your energy goes down. I'm going to go for healing. Oh, why are you going for healing? You know? Imagine if you said, I'm going for some therapy sessions because I want to understand my life more. I'm going for a healing session because I want to understand my life more. I want to understand me more. In order to make changes, to make things better. That you're not believing in the magic wand that's going to come in and clear it all up. Because that's not empowerment. Empowerment is not a magic wand. Empowerment is not perfection. Empowerment is being imperfect and standing in your truth. I'm reading a book now. I should have brought it. I don't think I'll talk about it. What's it called? It's called Pour. Let me get it up. Excuse me. At this point, I would have got somebody to... Well, I can actually do that myself now, put a picture of it there. But I need to save time today. Let me get it. Catriona, bear with me, Catriona O'Sullivan, a book. That's it. It's called Paw. I've been talking about it on the Thackeray's once I've read it. It's a really, really good book. It's a true story, but it's not a pity party, which I love. It's absolutely empowering. At the minute where I've got to, she's hit rock bottom. She's on drugs, she's drinking, she's had a baby out of wedlock, Irish family, etc. And she's literally lost it. And I was just thinking about that book and this video. Imagine if, where you get to the point where you've lost it, rather than berating yourself, you could love yourself in that moment and love yourself regardless of the fact that you've just lost it. Love yourself regardless of the fact you're an addict. Love yourself regardless of the fact that you've just had your child taken off of you, because that's going to be the key foundation to your understanding. Okay, Because if you can love yourself, if you can really look at all you and go, God, my life's in chaos, but I love myself. Because the reason why you've got into where you've got is because you've not loved yourself. You've not respected yourself. You've not nourished yourself. You've not nurtured yourself. You've lost yourself. And we often think, you know, you go on it and it's all namaste. I found myself, and it's all of that. Bullshit. Bullshit. That's not finding yourself. That's papering over the cracks. Finding yourself is going, looking in that mirror, seeing all the warts and all the stories, all the scars, all the failures. Say it, failures. Say it, failures. You know, the society at the minute, don't call them failures, experiences, failures. Sit with all this, the people you've slept with, the people you've not slept with, the things you've done, all of it, and love yourself through it. Love yourself because that's where your experience comes from. That's where your book of knowledge and your book of power comes from. So this healing isn't about whitewashing it all. It's not about making it clean and sparkly. It's about you looking at you, looking in the mirror and going, God, I love you. I don't need you to be perfect. I don't need you to be smooth skinned, dyed hair, super slim, super toned, 1.3 children, all of that kind of stuff. God, I love you. And I'm going to continue to love you through this process. And I'm going to continue to love you through this process. Because society and me, you, yourself, has already put you through enough without you continuing to put you through enough. So looking back to times in your life that are cringe fests, where we've, oh my God, did I do that? Did I say that? Oh my God, look at the state of me there. Just say, look at the state of me there. It's about loving yourself through that. And this is powerful. This is really, really powerful. And I think this can save people a lot of money trying to chase something that they're not going to get because they're not ready to love. They're not done the bare basics yet. The bare basics is to love yourself. Even now saying it, love yourself, is because of all the narcissistic teaching that's out there. That's started to warp loving yourself. Or standing tall and proud, you're an arc. It's so easy now for you to appear super confident and someone go, she's an arc. And to get the band of merry men and women coming up behind them. Because it's so easy now. It's so easy. I think it's easier to bring someone down right now than it ever has been. And being able to rise and keep rising. And being comfortable with the uncomfortable feelings in your body. Being comfortable with a bad day at the office. Being comfortable with everything. What is it? What does they say? What you resist persists. It's true as that. What we resist persists until we take note of it and change it. How can we heal the witch wound, for example, when we're still bringing each other down? Because how can you heal the past lives? Oh, it's a past life. Let's say, well, either going to blame it on the past lives, the curses or the entities, because that's the get out of free jail card. Yeah, it's a curse I've got. My family's like this because we're cursed. Finished. Really? I'm like this because I think I've got an entity. You know, this is why I do what I do. Really? Because actually the first step of healing that is you being able to rise above it. Is you being able to find your strength, yourself, your sense of self, your sense of who you are. I like the fact that this is kind of upon the solar eclipse. No, it's not. Might be. No, it's not. I went to say the solstice. I thought there isn't a solar eclipse around that time. I like the fact that it's halfway through the year, and you know, near halfway through the year, that it's a halfway year rejig of energies, and I'm looking forward to it because this is for those big punchy scars that we carry. This is for those of you that want to go higher whilst covered in blood, sweat and tears. This is for those of you that are ready to love yourself, warts and all. This is for those of you that are ready to stop running from your shadow. I've got to heal the shadow. Do you know what? If you all of a sudden sit down and eat a full packet of biscuits and try to heal that, I get that. But actually that moment where you've sat down and eaten that full packet of biscuits also shows you the vulnerability. So actually your shadow is your greatest teacher. Your shadow is your greatest teacher. And the truth is as well, you've got to have duality. So if you're going to have light, you're going to have shadow, darkness. Don't say dark, don't say dark. Being able to see it, being able to see how you were a big player in the chaos of your life is a huge thing as well. Being able to see just the role that you played, because it's so easy to think, they said that, they did this, but what did I do? Why did I, what in me? I can't remember, it wasn't on my channel, it was somebody else that had on, I think it was my TikTok, had shared something, and I remember one of the comments, thank God it wasn't mine actually, and somebody had put, yes, but what in you had welcomed that in? And I'm thinking, oh, they're here, they've landed, they're here. And I was like, oh God, why would you say that to someone? But actually, truth be told, it's true. What in me invited that in? That's how you heal. What in me invited that in? What weakness, vulnerability, shadow invited that in? Did I need to learn from that? Did I need to grow from that? Was this karmic? When you start to really learn about energy, you really learn and you really start to see how it all fits in and how we attract. It took me, believe me, the Claire in her 20s was very different to the Claire you experienced at this day. Very different, very different. If you'd have said to Claire back then, you'd be having these conversations on YouTube, I would have laughed you out and then gone to the pub. When you start to realise that a lot of your problems come from how you are as a person, your mindset, your mentality, your traumas, your wounding, your attitudes, your antagonism, your anger, your vitriol, and it comes in. And it comes in because it's trying to wake you up to something. When you learn that and you go, oh my God, it changes the game forever. I promise you, it changes the game forever. There isn't a magic wand, it doesn't exist. No healer, reader is going to be able to say something to you that's going to go and change your life. You hear something and it inspires you, and then you can change the perspective of your life. And that's what I mean by alchemy. So this group healing is about being able to alchemize these energies, being able to get to a point where you, during those couple of days, because it's always a couple of days, are able to really enjoy the deep dive within you. What thoughts, memories, dreams, because the minute you pay your money on this one, well, it's all of them, it starts. I always get a message, Claire, has it started yet? Have I missed the dates because X, Y, Z's happened? The minute you pay your money, it starts. Things start coming up. I do the channeling for 2 days, but your stuff starts coming up because remember that you're a divine being. So your guides will start bringing stuff up because they want you to get through this. They want you to get through life. They want you to get it and to be able to grow and grow and grow and continue to grow. Yeah, interesting. It's going to be... I'm liking the energy of this because it feels very different. It feels very, very different. And I've already got an idea for the next one, the next group healing that I think it's going to be August, September time. And these two will run nicely with each other. I won't tell you what that is because I won't confuse people. But yeah. You know, last group healing we did about the sacral chakra and about our sexuality and about our previous sexual partners and the footprint that that's left. This is taking it to the next level. If you didn't do that healing, that's fine. You don't need to do them all. You can do the ones you're drawn to. But for those of you that did, it's layer upon layer upon layer upon layers. You know, what's it called? The foundations. Each group healing is a foundation. So yeah, I've got some cards in front of me. The Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann and Gateway of Light Activation by Kyle Gray. So, the witch wound. Oh, what did I say to you? What did I say to you? I said, let's stop calling it witch. I'm not going to call myself a witch. No one calls me a witch. Wise woman, healer, medicine woman, wise man, priest, or priestess. Oh my God. Priestess. I know what I'd rather be. And I think they all were priestesses, and society. The Seven of Wands as well. Look at that. To be able to be you despite what's coming in. To be protected. Not protected in, oh, do you think my guides will put light around me? And all of that. To be, know that you are protected is biblical. To know that if someone's having a rant about you, that's fine. They're allowed that. They're allowed that moment to rant about you. But I know that I am protected. I know that I'm not going to listen to it, read it, watch it, take it in. I'm going to allow them the space to have a rant about it, but I'm not going to bring it in to become my poison. Wow. Look at that. It's about embodying your priestess or your priest energy. You know, the wise ones of old had such a place in society in years gone by. And they earned that. They earned that. The true wise ones earned that. And that energy is gradually coming back onto the earth. Light codes, Thoth light codes, light initiation, great teacher, awakening and divine magic. What magic are you using? Spells or a light alchemy? Wow. Initiation, great teacher, awakening. Right. Persecution. Self-persecution. Four of Cups. I'm bored. I'm bored. Plod along. Let's just plod. Ace of Wands at the bottom. What are you saying to yourself? What are you doing to yourself? What are you talking to yourself? If we know about the body being made up of water and that water can be reprogrammed via our words and our thoughts. What are we doing to ourselves? Getting back the focus to come out of being bored, to step into our empowerment. Memories of Atlantis, spiritual acceleration, progress and technology. Angelic frequency, angels are here, you are safe, potent connection. You know, in the Atlantis energy, towards the end there was the persecution energy. And I wonder if, on some level, I'm not talking about everyone, but I wonder if the way we persecute ourselves is because somewhere along the line, be it Atlantis, be it another civilization, be it another life, another world, that we may have been a part of something and something kicked off and went wrong and we've not forgiven ourselves for it. So we destroy ourselves. People do that. People go through trauma and they just, why do you think people go and hit the bottle? Why do you think people go and have a one night stand after they've just split up with somebody? Because they punish themselves. Why do you think people self-harm? They punish themselves. So I'm wondering if this self-persecution is coming from times when we have done something wrong in a past life. We've been the dark, we've done a dark deed. And rather than deal with that and heal it, we're punishing ourselves. See, I told you. People go out and they sabotage things, either consciously or unconsciously, to turn around and go, see, I told you. The universe hates me. World hates me. Everyone hates me. And they get stuck in that loop. Witch wound and persecution, group healing. Lovers, coming back home to yourself, choice, temperance, balance, the light and the dark. Being able to balance both aspects of yourself. Because when you step fully into your dark, you're dark. When you step fully into your light, you can become too wishy-washy. It's being able to balance both, being able to find peace with both. It's being able to find peace in relationships and friendships that are not perfect. To allow things to play out. The Queen of Wands to take charge. To be you, to be comfortable being you. The Knight of Cups, the dream, wishes that can come true. To be able to see the false promises as well. The false promises of life and the false promises of... I nearly said the false promises of light then. I wanted to say life, but it nearly came out as light. What do I mean by the false promises of light? Sometimes we look at light and we think everything's going to be perfect when I go to the light. Everything's going to be perfect if I can embody more light. But remember the dirty fridge that I talk about? It doesn't matter how much light is pumped into us if the fridge is still full of rotten food. You can't fit it in, it's just going to poison it. So the light can look, ooh, the light. But actually, if we've not dealt with it, if we've not made peace with it, if we've not understood it, the light that comes in, we can't get it, we can't grasp it. It comes in, it's like, we can't grasp it. It comes in and it goes, it comes in and it's pulled away from us. Knight of Pentacles to walk away. What are we leaving behind us? Making peace. Do you know, you can't do anything about what you've left behind you until this point. Not unless you've got a time machine. I mean, you can get healing and some healers can go back and re-heal things, but still, honest truth, unless you're willing to move on from it, pointless. But what you can do is go from today to make sure that what you leave behind you from today is not going to be chaos, conflict and heartbreak. For yourself and for others. You know, humanity lost its way a long time ago. And this is all about re-understanding ourselves because we lost our identity. Which is why there's so much going on at the minute. Because humans look like this, they do this, but more things and opportunities and frequencies are coming back on grid. So the game changes. Let's take one more. The King of Swords. A decision that needs to be made. That's interesting. We're told to live and let live, but are we living and letting ourselves live? That's interesting. You know, they're saying here in live and let live, which is great, and that's true. We should live and let live. But are we living and letting ourselves live? Or are we sat there, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Oh. You know, if you hadn't said that to your boss, if you hadn't done that, if you'd not done that, if you'd not abandoned your child, if you'd not done that, all day, every day, all day, every day. God, you were so fat back then. Oh my God, you could have gone on a diet, you could have done this, you could have done that. Oh my God, what made you wear that dress? Why did you go out with him? Why did you go out with her? All the time. Why are you not living and letting yourself live? Imagine if you just went, sod it. What's the worst that's going to happen if you just went, sod it? I'm letting it go. I don't care if, I don't care if I look like that, did that, said that. What can I do about it? Sod it. Let's move on. Imagine if you were confident enough in yourself to go, sod it. Sod it. I might call this next group healing, sod it. Sod it. I hope that word means what it does across the world and it's not a rude word. It is kind of a sort of word, it is what it is. Again, don't swear. We're also very uncomfortable with other people's darkness. We don't like to see other people being dark. Don't swear, don't shout. Why are you angry? Why are you angry? God, he's in a mood. What's wrong with him? As you know, he's not just found out some bad news, or he's going through something traumatic, or I don't know. I like what I'm feeling here. It's electrifying, and I can't wait to share it with you. And I can't wait to do all the channeling with it and the healing with it and the videos with it and hear the feedback from it. So, into the technicalities now. 12th and 13th of June 2024. So the next group healing is the 12th and the 13th of June 2024. I'll put this details in the description box in the pinned comment, but you may want to write it down in your diary. I know that most people do, but I get the odd email that still comes through where people put their name down for it and don't take a record. It's 12th and 13th of June 2024. It is £22, so £22 for 2 days distance channeled good quality shamanic healing, okay? There are no Zooms, there are no classes, there is none of that because it's too intrusive. It's 2 days where you can go on into your own sacredness whilst I'm doing my sacredness from my end. It's distance channeled, so you will receive the healing throughout the day, okay? There's no meditations. The meditations you do, you'll be doing for yourself, because at the end of the day, this is a group healing. If I get you on here and say, I'm going to do this healing for you, a couple of you it might resonate with, but a couple of you might not, and it doesn't work. What works for one doesn't work for all. So some of you may be able to meditate with music, some of you may be able to meditate in the shower, some of you may be able to meditate in the gym. You do what you do, right? This isn't about me mollycoddling everybody and encouraging codependency. It's about sovereignty and rising, and it's about empowerment. So this is a group healing about empowerment as well. If you're new to these group healings, some people choose to take the day off work. You don't need to. Some people choose to really mark it. I will give you some advice. The more present you can be with it, the more present with yourself, the more you can take charge of yourself, the more you will get from it. And the more that you can dance with your shadow and dance with your stuff, the more at peace you'll be. So the more you put in your side, the more you'll get out of it. If you just wang your money in, forget you've done things, Claire will sort me out, you'll get nothing from it. Truth. You'll get nothing from it, because that's not how I work. I do not work like that. The one-on-one sessions I'm doing going forward are very different to what I did weeks ago, months ago. Because I am changing as a healer, so I'm expecting other people to change because actually as a healer you don't want codependence. You don't want people there that need to be told everything. You want people there that are empowered and sovereign and wanting to step into their own power. To To take part in the video, you just said you're not going to do videos, Claire, that'll confuse somebody. To take part in the sessions, when I say take part, I don't mean that you're going to be taking part, I just mean you put your name down, okay? You go below to the pinned comment and the description box, scroll down a little bit, and it'll say next group healing. It'll say 12th and 13th of June, okay? And it'll say, for more information, watch this video, which will be this video you're going to be watching, but you've already watched it if you've watched this. And to take part, you go here, and it takes you straight to my website, and it should take you straight to the group healing link, okay? If for some reason you go down even more and you go straight to, on the description box and you go to the home page, don't worry. Homepage, services, group healing, and that's where you make your payment. You make your payment and I get notified. But there's no links, it's just 2 days where you can receive healing, okay? No pressure, no God, I've got to be on my Zoom at this time, none of that. It's free, it's energy, you can't restrict energy, okay? £22, 12th and 13th of June, distance channelled, must be over 18, mustn't be pregnant to come onto a group healing, don't come on if you're pregnant or trying. If you're watching this and you think, oh, I think somebody could like, in my family, they'd love this, gently suggest it. The minute they say no, step back. Do not put anyone on this group healing without their permission, because they will not receive the healing. Because healing, you should be aware of it. When you start going and booking people healing, I have actually known people do this, not on a group healing, but in one-on-ones where they will go and they'll book it for somebody else. Or they'll go and get a healer to heal somebody, and it's like, whoa, not a chance. Because you're just breaching so many universal laws with that. So yeah. During the 2 days I'll put a video on here where you can come watch it. I'll pull some cards, talk about any insights I've had, how the energies are doing. It's all it's low key, but it's powerful. And it's doable. I'll put daily posts on my community tab on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook and TikTok. Okay, I think I've covered everything. £22, 12th and 13th of June 2024. 2 days distance challenge healing, looking at the witch wounds, the persecution wounds from ourselves and from others, and making peace with it, building bridges within ourselves, bridges that are deep and bridges that hold depth. To come into this healing in a one way, but to leave it in a much more empowered way. This is a healing for people that want to rise higher and higher and higher, whilst also being grounded. It's a healing for those that are ready to quit with the BS. The quitting with the BS, the stories, and they're wanting to go forward, but they're just needing the healer to come in and clear that debris, whilst they come in and empower and take themselves forward. Thanks for watching. Done. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you want to like, you can. If you want to comment, you can. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can. What shall we... Wizard. Oh, there is a wizard. I'm sure there's a wizard emoji. Not a witch emoji. No, wizard. No, shall we do a wizard? Let me think. Stars. Shooting stars, still stars, night skies emojis. If you want to comment but you're not sure what to put but you still want to comment, yeah, stars, shooting stars, still stars, standing stars, night sky. Okay, thanks for watching, love to all, and I will see you in the next video.